Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by TheTease. We're here another week. Here we go.
Another week. We did it. Big weekend for the Tease.
Yeah.
We are recording on a Monday. This past
Mhm.
weekend went crazy in LA. So we attended the Schwarzkopf Barbie X Blonde Me in Travel Style Salon. I think Barbie Core World Salon event is what it was called. Wild activation. Incredibly colorful, as you can imagine, in Century City.
Yes.
Wow. Just
I saw the grams, the reels, the live coverage from you, and it was like Barbie overload. And I'm glad that you were there with your, still slightly bleached blonde hair because
I
I
was
don't
Ken
want you to
Coring the hell out
go.
of it.
I don't want you to go as Ken for Halloween, but I don't know if that's
I
too
think I
far.
should. I no. I don't think that it's too far. I mean, we're getting down to the wire, and my costume's not really cooked fully, so I could very
Ooh,
naturally.
okay.
I've got a lot of the component parts. Yeah, I
Just
did have to
lying
be pulled
around.
back. Yeah, just lying around. I was going to wear cowboy boots for the look because I wanted to reference
Yes.
Ken because
Hmm.
of,
Yeah.
but my wife was like, it's too damn hot this weekend. You can't wear cowboy
Okay.
boots,
So you
which
put
in
the
retrospect made a
kibosh.
lot of sense. Yeah. But we did meet up with some friends. Maggie, who's been on this very podcast, was
Yeah.
there among a fleet of other artistic team members from the Schwarzkopf team. It was so much fun connecting with everybody. And yeah, that it was just so much pink, like just pink. The top
Pink.
line,
And
pink,
then
wild.
hard pivot to our social media editor
Wow.
transformation look. Tell our listeners about that if they have not, for some reason,
Yes.
been following our socials.
So yeah, oh yeah. And what are you doing if you're not? We There's a huge Mexican pop band called RBD in English, that has reunited after 15 years and is touring the world. They had done, I think, 30 shows in LA. I went to see them in San Jose, of course, in the Bay Area. This has inspired lots of people to do some transformations, including our very own Adriana Sarmiento, who decided that she wanted to look like Dulce in season one Rebelde, which is the show that the band is based
So
off of.
good.
And so she got an incredible transformation with the team at Hair LA, with Belen Gomez, whom is featured on TheTease.com in a bunch of different articles. We love Belen. Yeah, they turned out this look, and it got the attention of Dulce Maria, one of the band members, hairstylist, who showed it to Dulce, who then insisted that our own Adriana
What?
come on back to LA and see them, meet them backstage, and get floor seats. So she went to the last show in the US before they go to South America and Mexico, which is wild. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of coverage on our social about that. So stay tuned. But a huge weekend.
Huge weekend. I feel like we're everywhere, and that's the goal, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. On our last episode, we talked with Janine Jarman. Janine is a nationally renowned celebrity hairstylist and the founder of Heroin Salon, LA and NYC, the home of Hollywood and New York's best trust, as we know it. Having naturally curly hair herself, she leaned into using perms to solve texture issues her clients were facing, but felt the need to reimagine the perm process, odor, and environmental impact. This led her to Italy, where she conjured up Curl Cult, delivering a simpler, healthier, more sustainable texturizing treatment with at-home curl support products even natural curls will love. This was a good one. One of my favorites, actually, if I do say so. Make sure you subscribe, rate and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Do it. This week, we're talking with epres founder Eric Presley. Eric first discovered his talent for innovation while pursuing his Ph.D. in materials science, working on everything from developing life-saving pharmaceuticals to inventing the bond-building category in haircare. Now he has created epres, the future of high-performance haircare. Powered by Presley's cutting-edge chemistry, epres is dedicated to creating scientifically advanced haircare solutions in patented, professional-grade formulas that are easy to use, easier on the environment, and truly perform.
One last rant we want to talk a little bit about is an interesting article that hit the Washington Post over the weekend. And it is titled, "A Lake is Filled with Oil. Thousands donated their hair to help soak it up." How interesting, right? So, Venezuela's crumbling oil industry has taken a toll on one of their lakes, Lake Maracaibo, one of the world's largest and oldest lakes. It was once a symbol of the country's oil wealth, but now the waters are coated with this iridescent oil, swirls of neon. I mean, you know it. We've seen it, right? The devastating
Yep.
oil spills. And
Yep.
just to think now that like, little has been done to clean up the lake. But now someone has stepped up to the table. Celine Estrach. She is a 28-year-old, which cool, love this, environmental activist, and she's determined to find a way to help. So she's like, it sounded like a crazy idea, but she essentially saw that Matter of Trust, a San Francisco-based nonprofit, had used human locks 22 years ago to soak up a spill off the coast of the Galapagos Islands. And she was like, wait a second, where is
There's
all the hair
something
that's
here.
left over? And salons going,
Yeah.
why don't we put this to use? I mean, Jeff,
Especially in Venezuela.
pretty,
I mean,
yeah,
beauty capital of Latin America for sure. So she founded Proyecto Sirena, which is mermaid project, which is kind of amazing. We associate mermaids with
right.
long flowing hair. She's using that hair to soak up this oil. So, I mean, it sounds like receiving carfuls of donations and putting this to good use. And we love to see this. So, I mean, we've talked a lot about hair waste on this very podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
And the accumulation. Where does it go? Luckily, there are groups that are doing things like Proyecto Sirena, as well as US-based groups, and we want to see more of this. So, I mean, kudos to her. Loved seeing the innovation, the thoughtfulness,
Yep.
sort of circular thinking about taking care of our planet. And
What an
shout out to her.
activist. Shout out to her. I mean, and just to end it up, if you're like, wait, how much does it really soak up? Her testing indicates that about 2 pounds of hair can soak up between 11 and 17 pounds of oil. So I
Incredible.
think she's on to something. So check it out.
Speaking of checking things out, you got to go over to TheTease.com. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week, uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know but should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, the article, 5 lifestyle barber brands blending fashion and function. A new wave of brands is taking over barber culture. Say goodbye to the days of white barber smocks and pinstripe capes. These 5 brands are shaking up the industry with products ranging from hair-repellent tees, bold barber capes, and sunglasses that barbers can rock in and out of the shop. Head to TheTease.com to check out who is shaking up the market. I feel like this appeals to your very prosumer children that we've talked about on this very podcast.
Yes.
Do you think that any of the brands here would pass the drip test in the Ehlers household?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of drip to be had here. I mean, fitted culture, like very
Perfect.
cool.
Yeah.
Love all of it. I mean, I just think that I love that these barbers are like, wait a second, we're also the utmost consumable consumer, and we need some cool stuff in our salons, in our barbershops. So I love them all. Great article. Check it out.
Yeah, shout out to our contributor, Matthew Mendoza, for bringing this one to light. Next up, celebrity hairstylist Justin Tobes Binsleoni shares the 6 fall hair trends you need to watch out for. With fall now in full swing, your clients are likely itching for a refresh. The good news is that there are so many exciting new trends taking the season by storm to help guide the next hair transformation. If you're curious which silhouettes and hues should be on your radar for the future salon appointments that you're sure to be getting, we've got you covered. The Tease was lucky enough to connect with authentic beauty concept advocate and celebrity hairstylist Justin Tobes Binsleoni to find out which hair colors, cuts, and styles are expected to be in high demand this fall. Head to thetease.com for his top picks. Any of these trends calling out to you, Kelly?
Yeah,
As you prep for your own hair transformation.
Yes, I mean, I love the golden apricot blonde. I think there is something so sweet about just a little touch of that apricot. Oh, it's so warm and charming. And then I also love the geode hair, right? So, I mean, we want our vivids to stick around, and how do we reinvent the category? What's new? And then finally, what I'm absolutely totally against is color blocking, because I
was going to say that's my favorite one.
We have been there,
different
done
stripes,
that,
different
it's done.
Yep.
And you color block away, my friend, but not here.
Noted. We are, you heard it on this podcast. Yeah. She's not coming back with the color block from her for our next appointment.
Indeed, no.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we've got an article from another contributor, which we're excited about. It's simply titled Botox. In the dynamic landscape of the 2020s, one trend that has captured the spotlight is the surging popularity of Botox. As accessibility and acceptance grow, Botox is becoming a buzzword among men like never before. The Tease sat down with Botox pioneer Amir Morstazavi, the CEO and founder of Vitalik Med Spa, delving into the world of male aesthetics, the Botox process, and dispelling gender norms surrounding injectables. Head to TheTease.com to dive into the world of Botox. So look, the title is a little clickbaity. It's fun.
I like it.
But I'm so excited to see guys embracing injectables. What did you think about this?
I think it's inevitable, but what I think the
Oh, yeah.
category needs to, I mean, it's happening, right? It's been
Yeah.
talked about at our house, but it's a heck to the
Yeah.
no. But anyway, I do believe that med spas need to be more welcoming to men. I think it's an incredibly
Mhm.
intimidating place to walk in with potentially no men there or no men service providers. And so I'll be interested to see how that innovates from a service provider perspective. But hey, bro talks it out. Bro talks it out.
I mean, that might be in my near future. I'm seriously considering some injectables, so I'll
Yeah.
report back about my experience.
There's no shame in my game.
No, no
Let's
shame,
just,
no
no,
shame. No, no,
no
no,
shame.
no, no. Let's make it clear. We're not no shame. I'm all about it. I'm pro Botox, whatever we got. I'm just saying. In terms of inevitability, it's
Yeah,
here. It's
here
arrived
we
for
are.
me. As always, so much going on at TheTease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We are proud to publish the stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup at TheTease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song, and thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.